Motors with a printed circuit board stator are smaller, more efficient, 70% lighter, and use up to 80% less raw materials.
There's a number that doesn't get talked about enough: 53. That's the percentage of all electricity generated on Earth that goes directly into electric motors. Fans, pumps, compressors, conveyors. Not lighting, not data centers, not electric vehicles, motors. So when a technology company claims they've redesigned the motor from the ground up and the internet decides it breaks physics, it's worth slowing down and actually looking at the engineering, because if it's real, it matters at a scale that almost nothing else does. And if it's not quite what it seems, that matters too. Infinitum Electric, based in Austin, Texas, has raised over $385 million across 6 funding rounds since its founding in 2016. Their backers include Rockwell Automation, Caterpillar Venture Capital, and Chevron Technology Ventures. In October 2024, the US Department of Energy added a $34 million grant for a new manufacturing facility in Rockdale, Texas. Fast Company named them the #1 most innovative company in energy. And yet, across the entire $160 billion global motor market, PCB stator motors hold less than 1/10% of installed capacity. That gap between the capital raised, the awards collected, and the market actually captured is the thread we're going to pull on today. The technology at the center of all this is genuinely interesting. A PCB stator motor is an axial flux permanent magnet machine, meaning the magnetic flux travels parallel to the shaft axis, rather than radially through a cylindrical stator. The key design choice is replacing the conventional wound copper and iron stator assembly with a flat, multi-layer printed circuit board. 2 rotor discs, each carrying an array of neodymium iron boron permanent magnets, sandwich that PCB from both sides. Current flows through photolithographically etched copper traces on the board rather than hand-wound coils. The result is a motor that is notably flat, meaningfully lighter, and free of cogging torque, that notchy, stuttering sensation you feel in conventional motors when iron teeth interact with rotor magnets. Each phase occupying its own PCB layer also eliminates interturn short circuits, a common failure mode in humid or contaminated environments. These are real engineering advantages, not marketing fiction. But removing the iron stator does something the promotional framing consistently underplays. It removes the flux concentrator. Electrical steel has a relative permeability of 4,000 to 8,000, a measure of how effectively it concentrates magnetic flux. Air, which fills the gap in a PCB stator motor, has a relative permeability of exactly 1. That substitution drops air gap flux density from 0.8 to 1.2 Tesla in a conventional iron core machine down to 0.3 to 0.5 Tesla in a PCB stator design. Since torque is proportional to flux density multiplied by current multiplied by active length multiplied by radius, cutting flux density roughly in half means you have to recover that torque somewhere else. More current, a larger rotor diameter, or both. Both paths generate more heat. And heat, in this particular design, is a much harder problem to solve than the product brochure suggests. The substrate itself is the constraint that most media coverage simply skips. FR4, the green fiberglass epoxy laminate used in virtually every printed circuit board, conducts heat at 0.3 watts per meter Kelvin. Electrical steel conducts heat at 25 to 40 watts per meter Kelvin. That is an 80 to 130-fold difference in thermal conductivity. Heat generated by current losses in the inner copper layers of the stator PCB cannot escape easily through the FR4 matrix surrounding those traces. Copper resistivity increases approximately 0.4% per degree Celsius. So as the board warms under load, resistance rises, losses increase, and more heat is generated, a feedback loop with no natural break. A conventional iron stator acts as a thermal flywheel, absorbing heat transients and distributing them across a large conductive volume. The lightweight FR4 board has almost none of that buffer capacity. Below roughly 15 horsepower, air cooling manages this well enough for commercial HVAC applications. Above approximately 5 kilowatts, Infinitum engineers direct oil spray cooling through hollow shaft nozzles directly onto the PCB surface, claiming a 3-fold power density improvement from this approach. That may well be accurate. But it also means that the further up the power range you go, the simpler looking motor now requires an oil circulation system, a pump, seals, filters, and maintenance schedules that do not exist on the induction motor it's replacing. The lighter and simpler narrative starts eroding at precisely the power levels where efficiency gains would matter most. The efficiency comparisons in the viral video also need some unpacking. The baseline cited was 90 to 95% for conventional motors. That range is accurate, but only for large motors above 37 kilowatts. In Infinitum's actual target market of 1 to 5 horsepower HVAC motors, conventional IE3 efficiency runs 82 to 90%. The video simultaneously overstated the conventional baseline for the relevant size range and made the PCB motor's improvement appear smaller than it actually is for the motors being replaced. Infinitum's headline claim of up to 93% system efficiency includes the integrated variable frequency drive. A conventional IE4 motor at 7.5 kilowatts achieves 92.6% motor-only efficiency. Add a standard 97% efficient variable frequency drive, and the system reaches approximately 89.8%, putting the real PCB motor system advantage over IE4 plus a drive at roughly 3 percentage points at this power level. The more defensible advantage is at partial load. Iron losses in conventional motors are roughly constant regardless of mechanical output. They don't decrease when the motor runs lightly loaded. A 5 horsepower motor at 25% capacity wastes a disproportionate share of its input on core losses that never switch off. PCB stator motors eliminate that constant drain entirely, holding high efficiency from light loads all the way through full load. For variable speed fans and pumps, spending most of their operating life well below full capacity, the majority of commercial HVAC systems, that is a genuine advantage worth having. Above roughly 50 kilowatts, though, the flux density penalty becomes decisive, and iron core motors hold the edge without any of the rare earth exposure that comes with permanent magnet designs. There's a credibility question that sits underneath all of these performance discussions, and it's one that doesn't get raised nearly enough. Despite $385 million in funding, awards from Frost & Sullivan, Fast Company, and the Edison Awards, and a cover feature in IEE Spectrum, no publicly available independent efficiency test data exists for any PCB stator motor. The DOE and GSA Green Proving Ground evaluation announced in 2021 has not published final results with specific efficiency figures. The IEEE Spectrum feature from April 2022 was authored by Infinitum's own VP of Technology. UL certification covers electrical safety, not performance claims. The $900 million in potential orders Infinitum cites is pipeline, not revenue. And revenue and profitability numbers remain undisclosed. The nearest thing to independent real-world validation in this space is ECM's project on the US Maritime Administration training ship Kennedy, a 3 horsepower air handler replaced with a PCB stator unit. Weight dropped from 45 kilograms to 15 kilograms. Efficiency improved from 87.5 to 93% in direct drive configuration with ABS certification. That result is genuinely impressive. It is also one motor at 3 horsepower on a ship. Moving past the efficiency claims, there are structural engineering constraints that scale poorly as power requirements increase. In 6 to 24 layer PCB stators, the copper-plated tunnels connecting traces between layers, called plated through-hole vias, carry motor-grade currents across a mechanical mismatch baked into the materials. Copper expands at 17 parts per million per degree Celsius. FR4 expands in the z-axis at 60 to 80 parts per million per degree Celsius. Every thermal cycle stretches and compresses the copper barrel inside each via hole. Over thousands of cycles, that mismatch initiates barrel cracking, a well-documented failure mode in high-cycling PCB applications that becomes acute in motor service. A 2025 MDPI study confirmed that current crowding at these vias measurably increases copper losses in motor-grade PCBs. Infinitum's own ANSYS simulation revealed another data point worth sitting with. Actual eddy current losses came in at 330 watts versus the 126 watts the model predicted, a 2.6-fold discrepancy driven by proximity effects between closely spaced copper traces that standard simulation tools underestimated. When a company's own in-house simulation undershoots its losses by a factor of 2.6, that is meaningful information about how well understood the thermal and electrical behavior of these machines actually is at production scale. Standard PCB fabrication panels max out around 24 by 18 inches, which means large diameter stators push into specialty territory. Heavy copper layers narrow the process window and drive defect rates up at larger formats. Infinitum acquired its own PCB fabricator, Circuit Connect, in New Hampshire in 2023 precisely because standard houses couldn't meet motor-grade requirements. Modular stacking of multiple rotor stator assemblies is the company's path toward 150 to 250 kilowatts for electric vehicle traction, a legitimate engineering approach, though one that brings bearing alignment complexity, cooling manifold routing, and vibration coupling between modules. Traxial, formerly Magnax, put it plainly in technical literature. Coreless machines require significantly larger diameter and much more permanent magnet material, remaining viable only for specific low power applications. Boulder Wind Power demonstrated a 3 megawatt PCB stator generator in 2012, technically sound, commercially bankrupt before a single production unit shipped. And then there's the maintenance reality that resonates immediately with anyone managing a large industrial motor fleet. A damaged PCB stator cannot be rewound. Conventional motor rewinding costs 40 to 60% of motor replacement and can be done by any qualified shop, a standard option for machines expected to run 20 to 30 years. A PCB stator failure requires full board replacement, producing non-recyclable FR4 glass epoxy waste in the process. For an operator maintaining hundreds of fan and pump motors across a 25-year asset life, that life cycle difference compounds in ways that purchase price comparisons simply don't capture. The supply chain dimension of this technology is the part most conspicuously absent from the coverage. PCB stator motors are permanent magnet synchronous machines. Both rotors require neodymium iron boron magnets. China controls approximately 90 to 94% of global neodymium iron boron magnet production and 80 to 90% of rare earth processing capacity. In April 2025, China imposed export controls on 7 medium and heavy rare earth elements. By October 2025, those controls had expanded to cover any parts, components, or assemblies containing Chinese-sourced rare earth materials, a scope that reaches well downstream of the mine. European neodymium iron boron prices reached up to 6 times Chinese domestic levels almost immediately. Neodymium metal surged to approximately $219 per kilogram, a 236% increase from 2020. Some manufacturers temporarily halted production lines, and analysts estimate at least a decade before Western rare earth supply chain development meaningfully reduces the dependence. The strategic irony here is direct. A conventional AC induction motor uses 0 permanent magnets. It runs on copper, aluminum, and electrical steel, materials sourced from geographically diversified global suppliers with no single point of failure. By switching the HVAC market from induction motors to PCB stator permanent magnet machines, the industry would be trading an efficiency gain for a concentrated material dependency at a moment when that dependency is being actively used as a trade instrument. ABB's synchronous reluctance motor technology already achieves IE5 efficiency class with no permanent magnets and no PCB stator. Conventional iron core construction, optimized slot geometry, 0 rare earth exposure. The target PCB stator motors are aiming at is moving, and some of the strongest competing approaches carry none of the same geopolitical risk. The magnet cost arithmetic also complicates the cheaper because less copper narrative. Infinitum quote, S copper savings run roughly $52 per 10 horsepower motor at current metal prices. Neodymium iron boron magnets cost $15 to $160 per motor, depending on size and grade, at neodymium prices that have already risen 236% and show no near-term ceiling. Those two numbers do not always resolve in the direction the marketing implies, and that gap is likely to widen rather than close as export controls tighten. So where does this leave us? PCB stator motors are a legitimate engineering achievement, real technology, working as designed, with genuine advantages in a specific and fairly narrow application window. For variable speed fans and pumps in the 1 to 15 horsepower range, the partial load efficiency advantage is real, the weight reduction is real, and the acoustic improvement, while closer to 3 decibels average measured than the 10 to 15 decibels in the headline, is meaningful in noise-sensitive environments. For this technology to move beyond that niche and capture meaningful share of the broader motor market, several things need to happen simultaneously. The verification gap needs to close with published third-party test data, not manufacturer-authored features. Rare earth cost pressure needs to stabilize or viable substitutes need to emerge at volume. PCB fabrication costs need to drop below $10 per stator unit. And long-term field data needs to demonstrate via reliability and board longevity under 15+ years of thermal cycling. Realistically, commercial viability in the HVAC niche is achievable within 3 to 5 years if those conditions align. Broader industrial displacement of iron core motors is a much longer story, if it happens at all. The broader observation worth closing on is this: variable frequency drive control strategies alone, running fans and pumps at variable speed rather than throttling them mechanically, deliver 30 to 50% energy savings regardless of what kind of motor is doing the turning. Silicon carbide inverter technology adds another 2 to 4% system efficiency on top without touching the motor. In many installations, how the motor is driven matters more than what the motor is made of. The $160 billion motor market has watched enough well-funded technologies arrive with bold claims and exit quietly into case study archives that it tends to wait for field data before it moves. For PCB stator motors, that field data is still largely missing.